Hello, welcome to PowerWords with Victoria. Today we're going to start the series on 2021 planning. So make sure that you've subscribed and that you've set up an alert so you don't miss any of the series. And today we start with planning 2021 and the lessons learned in 2020. And we're going to come back to you right about now. Welcome to PowerWords with Victoria. So welcome back. 2021 planning series. So today we're going to be talking about 2021 planning and lessons learned in 2020 and how that applies to how you go about planning for 2021. Sounds good? Number one, lessons learned in 2020. And we're going to be talking about 3 lessons learned in 2020 and we're going to break it down to you. So these lessons are: 1, review your spending profile. 2, stay alert. Don't lose your focus. And the third one, stay focused on your long-term vision, no matter how crazy it seems right now. So let's come back to the beginning. And what is it about looking at your spending profile and the lessons learned in 2020? So 2020 came with its shocks and its surprises. It all started well and good, especially around here where I live in Nigeria. It seemed like, it was far away in China, it's not going to happen to us. And then slowly it crept in, and here we were in the middle of this pandemic that we were like, oh my word, what just happened here? And the main effect of that was on our finances, on our plans, on our aspirations, on all the money that we had planned to make in 2020. Now we couldn't go out anymore. Now we couldn't do much of the business that we planned to do. And so many of us were in shock. And many of us had to dip into our savings. And for many, unfortunately, there were no savings to dip into. I remember that the Christmas had just passed and Valentine passed and, we had been having lots of fun, right? And then, wow, this happened. So one of the lessons that we learned in 2020 that should play a critical part in our 2021 planning is the critical review of our spending pattern. Look at your budget again. Look at your spending pattern. What are those things that are very good to have, but they're not necessities? Is it something that you could live without? Think about it. Are those things really important? So take a look at your spending pattern. That's the moral of the story. Cut out the good to have. Cut out the frivolities. And make sure that you focus on that which is most important. And here's something that you need to do in 2021. You need to set up an emergency fund. No, it's not only companies or governments that need an emergency fund. You need an emergency stash of cash that you can call on very quickly and use it to sort out problems or to help someone else. So lesson learned number 1, take a critical look at your spending pattern and rework your budget. So we go to number 2, lesson learned in 2020 is that you need to stay alert. You need to keep up with the news and the right news, not all those crazy posts on Facebook and on WhatsApp. You need to keep up with the news. You need to keep up with the facts and the figures. You need to be critical. You need to have an ear to the ground. You need to know what's going on because your plan in 2021 must be very agile. Your plan must be something that is a living document, that is a living thing that you can turn around at every time and you can switch at any point in time. You must have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. And then based on what's going on in your environment, you can switch your plans around to address the critical issues that face you at any given time. Keep your ear to the ground. Make sure that you have the right source of information. Make sure you have the right information on what is really happening in the economy, what is happening around you, what is happening in the health sector, what is happening in the political sector, what is happening in the education sector. What do you need to do to address the situations is really important. So, lesson 2, 2020, stay alert. Keep your ears to the ground. Keep up with the news and check facts and figures before you jump. And now we come to lesson number 3 in 2020. You need to keep your eyes on your long-term focus. 2020 came with all its shocks and many of us were tempted to just, hunker down and address the situation that is just in front of us. But even in the midst of that, plan with the future in mind. Start with the end in mind. Stay focused on your vision and your dreams in the long term. Don't lose sight of the long term, even as you address the critical issues of today. Because what you do today will affect 5 years from now, will affect you 10 years from now, will affect you next year. So be sure that you're addressing the situations that face you in 2021, keeping your eyes on 2023, keeping your eyes on 2030, keeping your eyes on 2025. Very, very important to do that. Make sure, whatever you do, that you do not lose sight of your long-term goals. Keep your eyes on your long-term goals. COVID-19 won't be here forever. It won't be here forever. It will go away someday soon. This year will not last more than 12 months. But there's a next year coming. Your children will not stay the same age. You won't stay the same age either. You will need to move forward. So keep your eyes on the long-term goals. That was the third lesson learned in 2020. What were your own lessons? Do share with me in the comment section. I'm sure other people would like to learn from your lessons learned. And I know that, as I keep these things in focus, I can really have a better plan in 2021, and I can make 2021 greater, better, more productive, more successful than 2020. So the second thing that we're going to do in the planning series is to look at creating the new. Everybody wants to do something new. Everybody wants to do something differently. But hey guys, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't waste your creative energy recreating the same thing over and over. Keep your creative energy for those challenges, those problems that no one else has thought about a solution to. If there is a solution that worked for a particular problem in 2020, there's no need to sit down and waste your creative energy on that again. You can just revamp it, take it a notch up, take it a notch further, but no need to reinvent the wheel. If something worked, no need to change it. Keep it going, adapt it, but don't waste your creative energy on that, right? Reserve your creative energy for those challenges that we don't have solutions for yet. Focus all your energies on solutioning the challenges that no one else has thought of a solution to. So the ideas that worked in 2020, the things that you did right in 2020, the strategies that worked for you in 2020, keep them going. Build on them. Improve on them. Build on top of those, precept upon precept, as the Bible says. Everything is one step on top of the other, and then you build it up. In your personal life, focus your energies on those things that you haven't solutioned yet. Focus your creative energies on that. So conserve your creative energy. Use it for something good and really, really, really important and new. And so the last thing that we're going to look at today on our 2021 planning series is how do you take all those your New Year resolutions and your big ideas and your thoughts and your visions and that lofty plan that you've made and make sure that it works and that it produces results. It's about productivity. It's not about the planning. It's about the results. It's about the outcomes. That is what matters at the end of the day. The most successful people do this. And many of us don't think about doing this. Randomness will not deliver any results to you. You need to eliminate the randomness. Take your big ideas and break them down. And then embed daily actions in your year's plan. See, what are the things that I need to do on a day-to-day basis? What are the daily actions that I need to take? What are the key milestones that I need to achieve? Ask yourself, to make this plan come, what do I need to put in place? What do I need to do? What is the how to ensure that your plan for 2021 actually works out exactly the way you intended? Just ask yourself this question: how would I make 2021 work for me and for the people around me, no matter what happens? Every day, one step every day. That's how it makes sense. So that's all that we can take on today's edition, looking at the 2021 planning series. We'll continue next week, and we're going to look at how does your planning intersect with your vision? How does it intersect with your values? How does it intersect with intentionalism? How do all those work together? We're going to take a look at all of that. Do let me know what you think in the comment section. Tell me your lessons learned, tips and tricks about planning that will make 2021 successful for all of us. I'm open to ideas. Thank you. I wish you a very good evening, and I wish you a great week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you next week on PowerWords with Victoria. Make sure that you've subscribed and that you've set up your alert. Have a good evening. Ciao. Bye. Join me every Sunday evening for PowerWords with Victoria. Let's make words work for us. Subscribe. See you.